A report by the USGS dated June 2015 said that greenhouse gas emissions remain the primary threat to the preservation of polar bear populations worldwide. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service listed polar bear as threatened under the Endangered Species Act in 2008 due to the threat posed by sea ice loss. The polar bear was the first species to be listed because of climate change. A June 6, 2017 release by the U.S. Geological Survey and the University of Wyoming found that increased sea ice drift rates likely exacerbate the physiological stress due to reduced foraging opportunity already experienced by many polar bears in the warming Arctic, said Dr. George Durner, research ecologist with the USGS and lead author of the report, adding yet another straw to the camel's back. In other words, the polar bears have to work harder, expend more energy to hunt as the sea ice gets thinner and thinner, and it's harder to find stable formations of sea ice. If you like this video, please subscribe, comment, and share. Stay tuned to hear from one of the scientists who gathered this footage.
My name is Anthony Pagano. I'm a research wildlife biologist with the U.S. Geological Survey. The research I do is working on polar bears, studying polar bear energy expenditure, behaviors, and foraging success on the sea ice. This is in the spring, where temperatures can get down to -20, -30 degrees Celsius. So it's pretty inhospitable. It'd be almost impossible for a researcher to be out on the sea ice in those conditions for an extended period of time. There's very little information that exists on the basic behaviors of these animals on the sea ice. And so the video camera collars actually provide us actual insight into what the bears are doing on the sea ice, what their typical activity patterns are, how active they are on the sea ice, how often they're actually catching seals, how often they're actually spending trying to catch seals, and how often they're actually encountering other bears and other behaviors that they might exhibit on the sea ice that, for us as researchers, we have very few opportunities to actually see. Polar bears spend a lot of time resting. They're a large carnivore and they have a pretty high energy demand, and they're a sit and wait predator. They're an ambush predator. So typically they locate an area where they expect the seal to be in the area using a breathing hole, and they'll either stand by that breathing hole, or they'll lay down by that breathing hole, or sit by that breathing hole, and they'll basically just rest in that area. It can be for minutes to hours to almost half a day. They'll stay in that same area and wait for a seal to come up to breathe, and if it does, then they'll attempt to catch it and eat it. So it's really quite fascinating to learn the basic behaviors of these animals and how they're using the sea ice environment and how dynamic the sea ice environment is, and how their behavior might change from year to year based on the sea ice conditions that they're experiencing.
If you like this video, please subscribe, comment, and share.